Hello, and welcome to this study. Today, we're going to learn who the real Antichrist is, and we're going to see it through verses in the Bible. The Bible speaks clear who the Antichrist is, and at the same time, we're going to resolve the mystery that's been hunting people. First of all, the Antichrist is actually a spirit, and the spirit of the Antichrist is actually a fake spirit who deceives people. The Antichrist is the deceiver, and the deceiver is Satan. So Satan, because people who don't believe in Christ are the Antichrist, but the Antichrist is Satan because Satan follows law versus Christ follows grace. So the Antichrist has to be somebody that does something the opposite of Christ. If Christ did grace, Satan, what does he do? He goes by law, and you can only go through heaven by law, but through Christ you only go through grace. This is the division between the Antichrist, the spirit, a fake spirit, and also Christ himself. Today we're going to see some verses. We're going to see 1 John 2:18. It says, "Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that the Antichrist shall come, even now there are many Antichrists." So there are just not one Antichrist, there's many Antichrists. So the Antichrist cannot be just one person, but there are many Antichrists, whereby we know that it's the last time. So again, it's giving reference that there's a lot of Antichrist, not just one Antichrist. So there's many. 1 John 2:19, that they went out from us. So they came out, they went out from us, these people, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have not doubt, they will not no doubt have continued with us. Which means that they came out, they went out from us. So these people had the same nature as we did. They were humans. They came out from us. Somebody has a baby. However, the division came when they were not of us, which means it's somebody has a baby, but it doesn't mean that that baby is going to believe the same thing we do, because we believe Jesus Christ is God, but they don't. This is the division. That's why they're the Antichrist, and we're going to see it right now. But they have our same nature. They're humans. 1 John 2:22. Who is a liar that deceiveth that Jesus is the Christ? He is the Antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. So it says, who is a liar that denieth that Jesus is the Christ? He is the Antichrist that denieth that the Father denieth the Father and the Son, which means that anybody that denies the Father and the Son is the Antichrist, and therefore they're humans as we are, because they went out of us, However, they don't believe the same thing we do. That Christ is God. 1 John 4:3. And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh, okay, people don't believe that Jesus Christ came in the flesh, is not from God, so they can't be from God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist. So again, the Antichrist is not a person, it's a spirit. 2 John 1:7. For many deceivers have entered into the world, who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in flesh. These are the deceivers. This is a deceiver and the Antichrist. So again, people who don't confess with their mouth that Jesus Christ is God are the deceivers, and they are the Antichrist, because the Antichrist is a spirit, and a deceiving spirit, like Satan. 2 Timothy 2:11. And for this cause God shall send them a strong delusion, the people who don't believe that Christ is God, so they should believe a lie. So God sends them a strong delusion to these people who don't believe Jesus Christ is God, so they believe a lie. And this delusion God is sending them is the spirit of the Antichrist, so they believe a lie. A liar is a deceive, and a deceive is the spirit of the Antichrist. So we see that the Antichrist is not actually a body, is actually a spirit. And we're going to see a very, very interesting chapter in the Bible that confirms everything I just said. As we continue reading here, and this is the amazing part of this verse, it says, then 2 Chronicles 18:20, then, this is very interesting, then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord, okay, and said, this is what the spirit said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And the next verse, 18:21, says, And he said, this is what the Spirit said, and he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And this is what the Lord responds. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and shall also prevail. The Lord is encouraging the lying spirit to do so, and shall also prevail. Go out and even so. So the Lord is giving his blessing to the lying spirit to go out and lie to these prophets with the deceiving spirit, which is the Antichrist. 18:22 of Second Chronicles says, Now therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all thy prophets, and the Lord had spoken evil against thee. So we see that the Lord sent a lying spirit. He put him in the mouth of thy prophets. This is what 18:22 says. Now if we compare, and he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and shall also prevail. Go out and even do so. So the Lord is sending him. And if we compare 2 Chronicles 18:21, which is sending the Spirit, and we go to 2 Thessalonians in the New Testament 2:11, it says, And for this cause God shall send them a strong delusion, which is the lying spirit, that they should believe a lie, because it's a lying spirit. So as we can see now that the Antichrist is a strong spirit, a strong dissolution, a spirit of lie, and it enters the human flesh, and it lies, and it even provokes more of a lie. So is Jesus Christ God? No, it's not God. He's not God. You must do works, because whatever's not Christ has to be Antichrist, and Christ gave grace, and the Antichrist gives law. So we have this problem. The 666 means this, that the 666 is the mark of the beast, which is the mark of a man. That's what the Bible teaches us. Now, however, the reason why it's 666 is because it can never be a 7. And the 7 is the mark of perfection. And 7 is Jesus Christ. However, 666 is closer in digits to 7 than it is to 6 itself. But it's so close to 7, but it never reaches 7. So it's 6666666, but it never reaches 7, perfection. So anybody that goes by law cannot enter heaven, because they are 666. But everybody who has Christ, who is perfection, has 7. So therefore, if you go by laws, you cannot go to heaven, because no man can serve two masters. You cannot serve law, and you can't serve grace. So either one. So we serve grace, so we are 7, the ones who are from Christ. The ones who are not from Christ, which is the mark of the beast, are 666. Now the beast itself is who? Is the image that the mark, the people with the 666 worship. For example, different prophets or different gods. The lying spirit comes into the man who's 666, and this person who has the 666, what does he do? He worships the beast. He worships any image that it's not from Christ, because as we read before previously in John, that whoever denies that Christ, the Father and the Son, is the Antichrist. So the image is the fake God. The 666 is the man who is not meant to believe in Christ, and the Antichrist is the spirit which entices man and makes him believe a lie. Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and shalt also prevail. Go out and even do so. He gives his blessing to this lying spirit, the Antichrist. This is 2 Chronicles 18:20. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ is God. I have the 7. I hope you have the 7 too. You know, this is the mystery. It's resolved. The Antichrist is not a man, is a lying spirit. And it comes if you don't believe Jesus Christ is God. God bless you, and thanks for listening.